Welcome to our in-depth exploration of the Somali war conflicts, a tumultuous period that spanned several decades and had a profound impact on the people of Somalia and the region as a whole. In this video, we will delve into the events that led to the conflicts, the key players involved, the unfolding of the wars, and their eventual resolution. Join us as we uncover the complex history of Somalia's wars, examining the political, social, and economic factors that shaped their course. To understand the Somali war conflicts, we must first look at the historical context of Somalia. For centuries, Somalia was inhabited by various ethnic groups and clans, each with their own distinct culture and identity. The Somali people, united by a common language and shared heritage, had developed a complex system of governance based on clan structures and customary law. However, in the late 19th century, European colonial powers began to assert their influence in Africa, leading to the partitioning of Somalia. The British established a protectorate in the north, while the Italians occupied the south. These colonial powers imposed their own systems of governance and exploited Somalia's resources, leading to resentment and resistance among the Somali population. After years of struggle and advocacy for self-determination, Somalia finally gained its independence in 1960. The newly formed Somali Republic sought to unite the territories previously controlled by the British and the Italians. However, the early years of independence were marked by political instability as different factions vied for power and regional rivalries intensified. In 1969, a military coup led by General Mohammed Syed Barre overthrew the civilian government and established a socialist regime. Barre's rule, known as the Syed Barre era, initially brought stability to the country with ambitious development programs and social reforms. However, his authoritarian policies and harsh crackdowns on dissent soon fueled discontent among the population. The Ogaden War in 1977 further escalated tensions in the region. Somalia, emboldened by irredentist claims over the Ogaden region, launched an invasion of Ethiopia. The conflict, rooted in historical territorial disputes, drew Somalia into a larger geopolitical struggle between the Soviet Union, which supported Ethiopia, and the United States, which backed Somalia. However, the war ended in a military defeat for Somalia, leading to a loss of resources and further straining the country's stability. Clan rivalries and regional divisions within Somalia began to exacerbate existing tensions during the late 1980s. These divisions were fueled by the repressive policies of the Syed Barre regime, which marginalized certain clans and communities, leading to deep-seated grievances. Clan-based militias emerged as powerful entities, controlling different regions and engaging in violent conflicts with rival groups. In 1991, the Syed Barre regime collapsed, plunging Somalia into a state of anarchy and lawlessness. With no central authority, warlords and armed factions emerged, each vying for power and control over different territories. This marked the beginning of the Somali Civil War, a protracted and devastating conflict that would shape Somalia's future for years to come. The Somali Civil War was characterized by widespread violence, human rights abuses, and a severe humanitarian crisis. The absence of a functioning government, coupled with the proliferation of armed groups, resulted in a breakdown of law and order, leaving the population vulnerable to violence, displacement, and famine. Countless lives were lost, and Somalia's infrastructure was in ruins. The international community, alarmed by the humanitarian catastrophe in Somalia, responded with various intervention efforts. In 1992, the United Nations Security Council authorized a multinational force known as UNASM to facilitate humanitarian aid delivery and help restore stability in the country. This intervention aimed to alleviate suffering and create conditions for a political settlement. However, the mission faced significant challenges. In 1993, the Battle of Mogadishu, depicted in the book and film Black Hawk Down, resulted in the deaths of numerous American soldiers and highlighted the complexities and dangers of the intervention. The incident led to a reevaluation of the international community's approach to Somalia and raised questions about the effectiveness of external intervention in such complex conflicts. Following the international intervention, efforts were made to broker peace and establish a stable government in Somalia. In 2000, the Transitional National Government was formed, followed by the Transitional Federal Government in 2004. These transitional governments aim to bring different factions together and provide a platform for negotiations and reconciliation. In 2007, the African Union deployed the African Union Mission in Somalia to support the government's efforts to stabilize the country. AMISOM, consisting of troops from various African nations, played a crucial role in driving back militant groups and providing security in key areas. Their presence helped create pockets of relative stability and allowed for some semblance of governance to emerge. In 2012, a significant milestone was achieved when the federal government of Somalia was established. This marked a new phase in Somalia's post-war period with the aim of establishing a unified and inclusive government. The federal government, supported by international partners, embarked on the challenging task of rebuilding state institutions, promoting reconciliation, and addressing the root causes of the conflict. Today, Somalia continues to grapple with numerous challenges on its path to stability and recovery. Political instability, the presence of extremist groups such as Al-Shabaab, and clan rivalries pose significant obstacles to lasting peace. However, there have been positive developments, including the gradual return of internally displaced persons, the rebuilding of infrastructure, and improvements in some sectors, such as education and healthcare. Throughout the conflicts and the ongoing recovery process, the resilience of the Somali people remains evident. Despite the hardships they have faced, they continue to strive for a better future, working towards rebuilding their communities, promoting peace, and fostering economic development. And there you have it, an extensive exploration of the Somali war conflicts, from their origins to the ongoing efforts to achieve peace and stability. This complex history serves as a reminder of the profound impact of conflict on societies and the challenges of rebuilding in the aftermath. Join us next time as we continue our journey through captivating stories from around the world. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.